All right, folks, welcome back to Kings of Opinion on this Thanksgiving Eve, I guess you could call it. We got the Wanderer here, and Big Ern is stuck at work today, so no Ern for Thanksgiving's pleasure, at least for today. Wanderer, say hello.
Hope everyone's doing well. Have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
This is, I don't even think I mentioned, but this is episode 126, so we passed the 125 marker last week, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
And with that, I want to start off really quickly with the Yankees, but then I really want to get into the Mets because they had a big trade over the week. Yeah. So nothing much going on with the Yankees besides they signed back Oswaldo Cabrera to a 1-year deal. So he avoids arbitration. Same thing with Clark Schmidt. They're both coming back for next year. They signed Yerry Rodriguez to a minor league contract. I think the guy was from Texas or something like that. So, other than that, it's pretty quiet on the Yankees front, so I'm going to turn it over to you right now so you could give the Met fans the good news.
Yeah, they made the trade on Sunday with Texas. They got Marcus Semien, or Seaman, however you say that.
Yep, Semien.
And for Nimmo and was it some prospects or something?
Right. Basically, the major part of the trade was Nimmo for Semien. A lot of fans don't really like this trade right now. I will tell you, for at least my own personal experience, that, and not just judging, what is his name? What's the GM's name again? Is it Stein? Stern, there you go. To me, there's something brewing in the background with this trade. The people are thinking that they're gaining defense with Semien and losing offense because Nimmo was more productive. Nimmo was a good outfielder, but you could see that, in another year, maybe two, with his contract, he's not going to be worth the amount of money that they're paying him. So they dumped salary for 2029 and 2030. And they picked up some salary in the meantime with Semien with this year and I think next year, but then he comes off the books. So on a payroll side of things, this is a good deal for the Mets, especially with him having stellar defense at second base. But the fact that they let go an outfielder means to me that they're going to be heavy in on Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker, which worries me a little bit as a Yankee fan because I kind of want Cody Bellinger back with the Yankees. Like, I don't need Kyle Tucker. I would assume that Kyle Tucker on the Yankees would be just as good, if not better, than Cody Bellinger. But I like what I got as opposed to what I'm risking getting Kyle Tucker. Like
the known versus the unknown.
Correct. And yes, Kyle Tucker's a little bit younger and has more potential, especially at Yankee Stadium. But it's not like Cody Bellinger's 34 years old. He's only 30. So I think next year he's going to be 31. So he's right in that sweet spot the next couple of years. If we could get him for a 4 or 5 year deal, I'm happy with it. But I'm really nervous that the Mets are going to make a play at one of these two guys. So if I was a Met fan, I'd be kind of excited for getting through the holiday season, and maybe the Mets will, have something under their tree for you guys come Christmas time. But yeah, other than that, the free agency is kind of quiet. I know that that Japanese pitcher, Amai, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and I apologize, but those names are almost impossible unless you hear it a few times. But did you see what he said recently over the last week?
I did not. What was that?
He does not want to go to the Dodgers. So he's like the first guy that doesn't want to go to the Dodgers.
You don't hear that much.
And he made no qualms about saying it either. Like, he said, yeah, would it be nice to play with the Dodgers and all those guys, or the Japanese guys amongst other players? He's like, yeah, it would be, but it'd be even better to beat them and win a World Series going against them. So love the attitude. And I've seen some of his highlights. They look good for, what you see from Japan. Hopefully it translates over here, especially if one of our teams gets him, you know what I mean?
Right.
As of right now, the Yankees are a heavy favorite in that regards for whatever reason. I don't know why, but maybe it's just that they're constantly in the mix in the playoffs and all that stuff. But yeah, I'd throw him, a couple $100 million and hope to get lucky. You know what I mean? He looks really sharp in Japan, so, and I already like the mentality that, like, some people, I don't know if he has an agent. I don't know how that works with the international signings, especially with Japan, because I know they got to get posted, and then so you got to pay something to the team, and then you could work out a deal with them. But I'm sure he has to have an agent, right? Yeah. So to say you don't want to pay for the Dodgers, who have been just spending money frivolously, could backfire on his agent, but that's his agent's problem. But like I said, I liked what he had to say, at least, right off the bat. And, hopefully one of the New York teams gets him.
Yeah, he sounds like a gamer, for sure.
Yeah, and who knows? Like, I know the Mets are looking to explore a lot more trades, so I don't know if Senga might be gone this year.
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah, so I don't know who's going to take him, but that's a tough trade to make if you're the Mets, because the guy's got to pitch every 6 days, and he's often injured. So I don't know what they expect to get from him, but I think the winter meetings are next week, if not the week before, the week after. So it's going to be fun to see exactly what the Mets and or Yankees are going to do right before. Like, I don't want them to waste time. I feel like baseball is very dragged out all the time with these free agents. So I hope they really don't waste our time, like, waiting till like January and then the beginning of February, because I don't want to deal with that. I don't know about you, but I sure don't. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the baseball aspect of things. There's not a lot going on, so we'll turn our focus to football. Did you watch any of the football games this weekend?
Yes, I definitely watched a bit of the early games before I had to go to a party. So I would say like between 1 and 3.
Someone's popular, whatever.
Between 1 and 3, I got to watch a bit of the local teams, and you're mixed in your highlights throughout the broadcast, of flipping over to NFL Network. I didn't see any of the Thursday night game, but I was surprised by the result. Supposedly, what's his name? Josh Allen got sacked a bunch of times, which makes you kind of like wonder, like, what's going on. So.
Yeah, it was a bunch for sure. I think he was sacked like 8 times.
I mean, when's the last time he's been sacked like more than once?
Right.
Kind of strange.
I saw a lot of that
Especially
game.
on a Thursday.
It was, and listen, if you had them in your survivor pool, sucks to be you right now this week, but yeah, that was a crazy game. It looked like the Bills had nothing going on besides like a little bit of the run game with James Cook. But yeah, he did not have a lot of time to throw at all. It was one of their worst games of the year. But I keep saying this. I think we touched this last week too. This happens to the Bills every year. They go in this little
have some
rut.
Bad losses,
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even bad losses. Sometimes it's also bad wins. Right now, this was a bad loss. They shouldn't have lost to the Texans. I know they're on the road, and don't get me wrong, the Texans have one of the best defenses, at the very least, top 5. I would even say top 3 defenses in the league. So it wasn't going to be that easy to win that game, but to see that they lost, how they lost, was a little embarrassing. And yeah, you could see the frustration on Josh Allen's face the entire game. Not a good game for the Bills at all. What do we got next? So you saw the local games like the Giants and the Jets.
Yeah, Giants. Finding new ways to, lose in spectacular fashion. It's. I keep seeing all these things about how if the game was only 3 quarters, they would be a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, again, they were up 10, I think, when I turned it off. So it seemed like maybe the play calling wasn't that good down the stretch. I don't know. Did you watch the end?
Yeah, I watched the end. It was just a Jahmyr Gibbs show the entire, at least the second half. I mean, the whole game. He was running the ball all over the place. And we all know that the Giants can't stop the run. So, once again, like you said, they were leading in the fourth quarter,
Right.
and yes, this time they lost in overtime. And I'll tell you what, the Lions got lucky a little bit,
Right.
but right at the beginning of overtime, Jahmyr Gibbs breaks a tackle here and there and runs it like 50 yards to the house, and then all they had to do was go on defense. That was that, and the game was over.
I did see Neighbors was critical of the play calling too,
Yeah,
saying like, how do you not kick the field goal and run it, when they're up. So, I guess that was maybe not the best game plan.
no, and so one of the coaches got fired. I want to say it was the defensive coordinator.
Yep.
So he's now out as well. So now you lost the head coach, you lost the defensive coordinator, and listen, it's only a matter of time. Like the Giants could be a lot better off. I like that they're playing hard still, which is good. It'll be good for next year, but they're losing brutal games, and they're staying in it with a lot of good teams, which is kind of weird if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like how this is going for them, but maybe they're just out of gas at the end of the game and like, hey, listen, I don't know how that works really in the NFL, like how you could be doing so well most of the game and then just give it up at the end like that. It's just a tough one. Then you go to the Jets and Ravens. I didn't expect the Jets to win this game really at all. They hung in there for quite a while.
Right.
Just once again, I don't know if you saw the game. No offense from them. I mean, that's their bugaboo. It looks like the last couple of years. Lamar Jackson didn't even have his stuff either. So
yeah, they've kind of had an off year for the most part, right?
yeah. Lamar just kind of came back the week before, but it looks like he's still hurt to me in some fashion. He's not really running the ball, which makes him that dynamic quarterback, and he's really great when he does that.
That's his strength, yeah.
So I don't know if that has something to do with it. They're lucky they're still winning, and now they're in the playoff mix. Not only are they in the playoff mix, I think they might have a share at the division. I'd have to check that out in a little bit, but we'll just keep going down the list of these teams. Steelers, Bears won a tight one again.
Right. Rodgers was out.
Right. But Steelers, 28 points. Rudolph came in and did his job. It's just the Bears.
Continue to roll. Huh?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know if they won late again in the fourth quarter like they have been. I would assume, like, that would be the case. Only because they only won by 3. But, yeah, I didn't catch a lot of this game. I just was paying attention to the score. And it was back and forth for the most part of the whole game. And the Bears are legit. Right now they're the top of their division in the North. So let's see what happens with them. And we'll go from there. There's only so many weeks left. So if they keep playing like this, they'll be in the playoffs. No shocker here. The Patriots beat the Bengals 26-20. This might have been Joe Flacco's last game. It looks like Joe Burrow's starting on Thanksgiving, which is, I think they're playing the Ravens. So depending on what quarterbacks show up, that could be a really good Thanksgiving night game. I think that's the 8:20 game. So let's hope Joe Burrow shakes off the rust early. There's a lot of touchdowns. There's a lot of offense in that game because that'll be a nice night game to watch while you're digesting the turkey and all the other stuff that you're going to eat that day. Packers beat the Vikings,
Not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings are not good. J.J. McCarthy is still getting his sea legs under him. It looks like they got a lot of work to do. They're not going anywhere this year. And, impressive that the Packers won because they haven't been clicking. They were out without Josh Jacobs, and Emmanuel Wilson came in and scored 2 touchdowns last week. So he did just fine. So if you picked him up on your fantasy, hopefully you started him. I know I did. And he helped me win in one of my fantasy leagues, so that was good.
Speaking of fantasy, I would imagine that you won maybe a few games because Pickens and St. Brown, they both had big games, right?
They literally anchored my team last week.
I figured.
Yeah, both guys did really well. I think they both caught 9 catches too, by the way. But Pickens was more impressive.
I saw he has more yards than the whole Steelers staff. Receivers.
Yep. Well, let's get to that game then. Who'd they play? Oh, the Eagles. So
Big win, yeah.
huge win. Was that the afternoon game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4:25. So they were in Dallas, and
The Eagles were up. Was it 21-0?
21-0. Yeah, I was literally just gonna say. So I was like right out the gate too. The Eagles marched right down, scored a touchdown. It was to AJ Brown, which helped me in another league because I have that AJ Brown Hurts combo.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to be traded in fantasy anymore.
No, maybe not. He had a monster game too. But all of a sudden, it looked really bleak for the Cowboys, and their defense held it together, and they just chipped away little by little. And Pickens was a huge part of that.
Yeah.
What was surprising to me is CeeDee Lamb had like 3 or 4 drops in that game.
Wow.
And, there's a lot of talk now between, like, I guess the columnists and all those people that talk fantasy that Pickens is the new wide receiver 1 in Dallas, which...
It seems a little crazy. Seems a little sensational.
Yes. I feel like, to me, if you're looking at this in another direction, CD is always... I think they're 1A and 1B, if that makes sense. And I don't think Pickens would be doing as good
Right.
if CeeDee Lamb wasn't on the other side,
Right.
taking away some of the defense, you know what I mean? And yeah, like, if you're a Lamb fan or just a Cowboy fan, do you want to see him drop these balls? No. But then Dak goes to Pickens, and if you're a Pickens fan or have him on your team like I do, and he puts up almost 32 points on the weekend, you like it. You know what I mean? Because every time CD drops the ball, I felt like I was really closely watching that game because I knew that game and the Lions game was gonna
Make or break you.
make or break me. Yeah, because my running backs and everyone else did okay, but no one was like sensational. And then those 2 guys just pulled it away from me, and it was a must-needed win because I was in 6th place. Like, I'm right on the bubble, so like I need to win every week. And I got nervous because at the end of the Dallas game, Pickens was out for a couple plays. He got hurt. And I'm like, this is all I need right now is, my top wide receiver or one of them to go down. Because I already had Brian Thomas go down. He's been a bust all year. And I really thought I picked really great wide receivers. I had Mike Evans. He went down early, then went down again. Brian Thomas was like a sensational rookie last year. Had 10 touchdowns last year. He is absolutely doing nothing. So all I have left is the waiver wire and my boy, the Sun God, and Pickens. So I need those guys to stay in my lineup and produce if I'm going to have any chance of going, the distance in the championships, in the playoffs to the championships. So he did great. The most impressive thing was the Dallas defense held the Eagles to 21 points the rest of the 3 quarters. And then your boy, Aubrey, kicks the field goal, and they win with seconds left.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a low scoring second half or I guess, end of the game.
Yeah, it wasn't much. I don't remember what this halftime score was, but let's just say that, it was just Dallas that scored maybe 10 points in the second half. Because I don't know if they definitely weren't tied at halftime.
No.
But, they obviously had the field goal. I think they had another touchdown in there. But Eagles were shut out in the other 3 quarters. So, Dallas defense did their job. So, good for them. Let's see here. Falcons beat the Saints. No big deal there. The Sunday night football game, which was kind of crazy. The Buccaneers-Rams. The Rams throttled the Buccaneers.
Rams seem to be pretty good.
Yeah.
They haven't, what are they, 9-2, something like
Yeah.
that? Haven't really, they've been pretty much, scoring most games, playing well. They're definitely one of the top teams in the NFC.
Yeah, as of right now, since I've been watching a lot of football on Sundays, I would say the Rams and the Seattle Seahawks right now are like 1 and 2. And it sucks for the Seahawks because they're going to wind up being a wild card.
Same division,
Unless someone can knock off the Rams. But both those teams to me are very similar where they could run the ball, they could throw the ball. Great receivers. And the Rams, I think, have the two-headed monster as opposed to just one for Seattle. But then Seattle has that double mixed back where, Charbonnet and Walker can both hurt you.
Right.
So they have that combo, whereas the Rams just have Kyrie Williams, which he's not bad himself.
Right.
But very similar styles.
I wonder if it's like the Rams offense too, because it seems like they never have like a bell cow running back.
No, and they don't. You're right. I just think they don't ask them to go too crazy.
All they need is like a complimentary guy, get a couple of yards here and there, and they're just gonna be have a dynamic passing game.
And he has his good games too. Like
right.
I think it's all about what McVay wants to do with his game script. Like
right.
when he was playing the Bucs, they just hit the ground running and they were throwing the ball. So Kyron Williams is basically what you just talked about for that game. They just want him to get me 2-3 yards, make it where it's like second or third and 5 or 6,
right.
and then they don't know what's coming, and they literally mashed the Buccaneers. Whereas you didn't have Bucky Irving on that side, you had Rashid White and you had Sean Tucker, but you couldn't run the ball because before you knew it, they were down by like 20 points, and they were playing catch up. So now the Bucs have to throw the ball.
Have done that to a few teams.
A bunch of teams, yeah, and they had to throw the ball. Baker Mayfield got hurt in this game, hurt his non-throwing shoulder. He should be back this week. They're saying, normally just a cortisone shot or something, and then they're going to get him back in there. So he should play this week, which is good for the Bucs because the Bucs are on their own little losing streak as well now too. I think they lost 2, if not 3 in a row, and they still have the NFC South, but not by much. Carolina's right there, and that kind of brings me to the Monday night game. 49ers versus the Panthers. And I think we talked about this before on my sleeper app. I do like the picks with the spreads. So I was leading this week in that, and I had the 49ers winning by 7 easily. And the Panthers played really well. It was close most of this game. It didn't help that Brock Purdy, who was my fantasy quarterback on one of my teams this week, threw 3 interceptions throwing down the field. And I don't want to say he looked lost, but he literally was just throwing into some kind of not even traffic. The guys were just jumping the routes and intercepting the ball a lot of the times. I don't know if he was trying to squeeze it in there or what. At least one of them, I know for sure he was trying to do that. But when you have Christian McCaffrey on your team, I feel like if you don't have it 20 yards downfield, he's going to be open right there with some space where he could get you close to 10 yards, if not more. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know why he was doing that. They were saying on the broadcast that he likes to throw it down the field, but he's thrown, I think he has 6 interceptions on the year, and he's only played 3 or 4 games.
Oof.
5 of those are when he throws downfield. So, if you look at the math right there, you're not good at throwing down the field.
Sounds like he's becoming irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly. So, Carolina had a chance they were in the game the whole way. Towards the end, the 49ers did what they had to do, and I think it was score a touchdown, another field goal or something like that. And, they covered the spread at least, so I wound up winning my week, which is all I could say about that, which was good. But yeah, Tampa's got to be worrisome right now with Mayfield, and I like watching Mayfield play. Hopefully he comes back and they can win this game.
A huge revival since he went there.
Yeah, and I just hope he can play this week. And hopefully they can protect him enough where this isn't an ongoing thing where he's going to get hurt, or play hurt the rest of the year, because they're going to suffer. They are getting Bucky Irving back, I think, this week, but they're going to slowly work him in. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much all the games that happened last week. Now we got tomorrow. This is my favorite week of football. I don't know about you, because it seems like every day there's going to be at least a game. So you got 3 games on Thursday, a game on Friday, a lot of the games on Sunday. Then you got the Sunday night and then the Monday night. So everything but Saturday, which is for college, you're going to have a slew of games. There's no bye week this week, so that's good. I think it starts up, the last bye week is next week, and then that's it for that, which I find kind of weird that they have a bye week 14, which is like literally the last week of fantasy before the playoffs, I think, right? Because I think they do 15, 16, 17, right? Because they don't do 18, just so that, you know, if there's people that they're going to sit or whatever. So it's weird that you're going to be...
And don't they have the Saturday games at one point?
Yeah, that's coming soon, too. I think that's...
I feel like it's always not too long after Thanksgiving. Right?
I want to say it's either the second or third week in December. Maybe like I want to say, I think it's like week 16. So wherever that falls, this is week 13, so you got 14 next week, which is the beginning of December. So yeah, maybe middle of December.
Deep into the season here.
Yeah, because the week 18 is in January, so maybe that's what they got going. And then the last week, I don't even think you have a Monday night game either. So, you know, be wary of that. So games with importance this week. It starts right off with tomorrow on Thanksgiving, Green Bay versus the Detroit Lions. 7-3-1 for Green Bay and 7-4 for Detroit. Detroit's got to win this game if they have any chance of making the playoffs. Right now, they're knocking on the door of the playoffs, but they're outside looking in. I believe the Packers right now are in the playoffs because they got that weird tie.
Yeah, that's a nice game to start it off. You know, pretty much the whole day, it's a pretty solid day of football because I'm thinking years past when usually, I mean, before their current resurgence the last few years, they were bad for a long time, and the 12 o'clock game would always be them getting their ass kicked by whoever they played.
You're 100% right. What do you think about the second game, this is good for you? Like, it starts at 4:30, so what time do you normally have Thanksgiving dinner? Is it right around then?
Probably, yeah, I would think so.
See, me being Italian, we start a little earlier, so
very nice.
we're like right in the middle. So like, I'm hoping I get a seat right by the TV so that I could watch this Dallas-Kansas City game. Because for some weird reason, and I wish I could show you the sheet right now, I picked Dallas to win this game. They're home. It's Thanksgiving. They're on a 2-game win streak.
Coming off a big win against the Colts.
And I actually think like the Chiefs, not that they're going to play down. They're going to play bad. I think this is going to be a real tough game for both teams.
Yeah. Well, they've been up and down pretty much all year, right?
Well, Kansas City's not this year. They're not winning the close games,
right,
which is what they did in years past. So if Dallas keeps it close, it bodes well for them. I think Dak, with the combo of all his offensive weapons and everyone knows who they are, like this could be a really good game. I think they have to be creative a little bit, though. Because Kansas City's going to throw a lot at them. So, like, they can't do their normal things. Like, I wouldn't just send Javonte Williams up the gut every single time. Right. Like, get him out in space, throw the ball at him, you know, run some swing outs and whatever. Like, get him out in the open because that's where he'll be able to do damage. If you're going to keep him just running straight ahead, Kansas City's going to lock that up, and it's going to be a tougher game for Dallas. And on the other side, Kansas City, Dallas's defense was really good against Philly, who, yeah, they have their problems on offense. So does Kansas City. So with all that being said, you know, Kansas City's got to be sharp too. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll probably be in, like, almost ready for dessert at the time that game starts. I hope I got a little slice of my mom's cheesecake and watch this game and probably fall asleep halfway through it for a minute. Because that's normally what happens to me on Thanksgiving. I don't know about you, but I always get the itis after Thanksgiving dinner.
Tryptophan kicks in.
Yeah, so you know that's a game I really want to. I'm excited for tomorrow's games. Let's put it that way, because I think they all have the potential to be really good games. I don't know if they will be. Cincinnati and Baltimore, which we talked about earlier, is the night game. So, you know, in a perfect world, I'd like to see a lot of offense in all these games. Right. Especially since I have a lot of guys going in these games. I think I have like 4 guys out of my 9 or 10 right, going it's tomorrow.
Like half your team.
Yeah, I off the bat I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Pickens, Javonte Williams, and Chase Brown. that I know of right now, and that's all on one team.
Yeah, those are a lot of the top players they have.
Yeah, so tomorrow's a big day for me as far as fantasy. If those guys can get me,
your big dogs.
yeah, if they could get me over 100 points, then I should be sitting pretty going into the weekend. If not, I might be out of the playoffs by Sunday.
Well, I guess we'll see. So, it's a big week for you.
Big week. So good luck to me. And then Friday's game, I like this game too at 3:00. Bears Eagles in Philly. So we're gonna see if the Bears can now match up with the Eagles now, right? See what happens. Yeah, and then you got the Jets at Atlanta, the Rams at Carolina.
Yeah, not the sexiest matchup there.
No, and even the Rams at Carolina. Like if the Rams don't do what they did to every other team, I'd be shocked.
Right.
New Orleans at Miami. That's a dud. It's a 1:00 game.
It's not a looker.
Yeah, not a lot of good games on Sunday. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess the biggest one for at least the afternoon and 1:00s would be Buffalo at Pittsburgh.
All right, that's interesting.
7-4 versus 6-5. That could be
Two
interesting.
teams coming off a loss, right?
Yeah. Other than that, you got teams that I think should win easily.
Is Rodgers still out?
I haven't heard anything as of yet.
I heard that even though he didn't play, he made it onto the field and saluted the opponents.
Yeah. What a knucklehead. Yeah, and then the Sunday night game too. Broncos at Commanders. Let's just hope the Broncos take care of business. This week I'm actually starting Bo Nix. So
They seem to be another top team.
9-2. But I'm hoping Bo Nix can actually have a really good game against the Commanders. They're not the best defensively, and I'm taking Brock Purdy out because he's playing against Cleveland. So, they said he could score a lot, but Cleveland's tough, man. Their defense,
They won Sunday, right?
Yep.
Sanders' first start.
Yep. And he looked all right. He not too bad. They got the win, so I guess that's all that matters for your first start, right?
Yeah. And Garrett's playing well.
Yeah, he's got 18 sacks on the season. He's got 5 more games to break Shanahan's record.
I saw they said he has a new girlfriend that's she's like, what is it? Is she an Olympic skier or something like that?
Oh, yeah?
But apparently he's been playing very well since
Wow.
he got with her.
Good for him because he only needs 5 more sacks to be the NFL record sacks leader for a season. So we'll see. I guess we'll see how he does against San Francisco and Brock Purdy. That's why I said I'm hoping Bo Nix can just give me a nice little spot start and, get me 30 points of offense because he might be my only hope because the Monday night game is Giants-Patriots and I have nobody going in that game besides Theo Johnson. Mm-hmm. So if I have to rely on him, my tight end, to get me a lot of points, I'm a loser. So, yeah, that's all I got for football so far. We're getting close to the end of the season already. Can you believe it? We're almost at December.
Wow.
And it's almost Christmas time. We got Thanksgiving knocking on the door tomorrow. So, we'll see. Now shifting gears. Did you watch it this past week?
I did.
And what'd you think?
It was good. A lot of things going on.
We finally saw Pennywise, right?
Yes, I saw Pennywise. I kind of had a feeling that, I guess this might be a spoiler, but I kind of had a feeling that, that was him. And then as soon as he started singing that song, that confirmed it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's cool. Also from last week, how they have I guess it's from from the asteroid or whatever.
Yeah.
That they have the blade and.
It was supposed to be a star.
Right. Okay.
So,
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
From the star. So yeah, I guess that's a whole new dynamic. One thing I gotta be honest, I get it, but for as slick as the writing is on the show, for them just to be like, oh, we can definitely. Oh, I'm sorry. The guy who basically almost got killed by the thing, for him to be like, you know what, we can use this thing to end the war, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't love it, But you know, I get it. It fits. Like, you know, the military's going to do what they have to do to, you know, get an advantage. But yeah, it was a good episode. I kind of thought there would be more carnage, but I'm sure there's more of that coming soon.
Right.
And how many was there? A couple episodes left?
Was this episode 5? There's 3 left. I think this was episode 5. Yeah. So you got 6, 7, and 8. So that's pretty much going to end, I think, right before Christmas, like the week before Christmas. Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that stupid writing blunder. That's what I want to call it.
Oh, okay.
When I heard that, I was like,
it's kind of, yeah, it feels like cheap, right?
Yeah, like if I'll be honest, if he never saw the thing, I'd buy into it
100%.
Like, I'd give them 75% effort on it.
Right.
The fact that you did the flashback and he was in the woods and saw everything and then forgot everything and then, like, all that stuff that comes back to him, why on earth would you want to try and contain this? Like, and even if you think you could get all the shards, dude, take the shards, wrap one around the thing's neck, bury it in cement with the other shards wrapped around the cement, and never talk about it again, and burn everything you can.
Yeah, and he's only been contained like this long because, you know, they've done all this work just to like
keep
have it in this one area, and he thinks, oh, we can just go in there and, you know, put a little tighter noose and he'll be fine.
Yeah, and I thought it was. Listen, when that whole
not noose but leash.
I'm gonna try not to spoil it because it hasn't only been a couple days, but that whole sewer scene.
Yeah.
I kind of had a feeling that the nephew of Rose was gonna drop the shard. Mm-hmm. I thought it was kind of cool that you finally saw, like, when you saw Pennywise and he started to get freaked out,
right,
and scarier, that he recognized it and then, like, literally bounced,
he's
right?
Like, I'm out.
So it's interesting, like, maybe that thing, like, I would have liked it better, going back to our point before, if he said, I want to get the shards to kill this thing.
Yeah.
And we don't know what it does to it, and let's figure out how it could do it. Because what was cool is they trapped him in the forest, but then Derry was built in the forest, which is why, like, all these shards are around the town.
Right.
I guess somewhere in the sewers.
Yeah.
I don't, like, what's cool about this show is we're not going to get answers to a lot of this stuff till season 3, because season 3 goes back to the flashbacks 1908.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that by the time we get to that, I guess 2 years from now, they'll show you how, like, in time they moved the shards, because they would have had to move them if you're digging these, like, you're digging the sewers and all that stuff. Like, the Native Americans had to have moved them in the sewers, but, like, trapped them put them somewhere else where someone wouldn't find them, obviously, you know what I mean, to keep everything intact. So I'm interested to see that aspect of it. I know it's not coming anytime soon, but you know, let's see where it goes. But I agree, that was the worst part of that episode. Everything else was cool. How he transformed in the sewer was also cool, with the song and everything.
Right.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, really, really good show still. But like I said, a little whack on that aspect of it.
I was kind of, I guess, I don't know if you'd say confused, but yeah,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
the part with Halloran, like, and his box, like, I guess that's, like, you know, his.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's his, like, mind. I guess when you're that powerful, like, you know, I guess you create stuff that you don't want anybody to get to, and it looked like, you know, it was able to get to that, but it's like, I'm wondering the significance of that, really.
So I have a theory with that box and that whole scene.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that his grandmother, like, he had
trained him.
She trained him to suppress that into that box, like, whatever it was, because without ruining the end when he comes out of the sewer.
Right.
If you fast forward to The Shining, what does he see in The Shining? He sees dead people. Right. So I think that's another aspect of his power that his grandmother shielded him from when he was a kid.
Okay.
And now the grandfather, because of it, opened that up. And I think it's to distract him from his main point is to try and get it.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm thinking.
No, I could definitely see that too because he sees the guy that just died.
Correct.
Right.
I tried not to ruin that, but good job, buddy.
Listen, if they're watching this, they know we watch it week to week.
You're 100% right, but that was funny. That was great. I tried to explain like one way. It's like, yeah, the guy died. All right, great.
I mean, there's a few guys.
Oh man. What else did you got?
Oh yeah. So what else? I'm current with Robin Hood. It's good. I think
Yeah?
I like it.
I gotta start it soon.
4 or 5 episodes in. What else? I think I finished the Chair Company. I think it was the last episode. I'm not sure. But
I saw that there was a season finale for that.
Okay, so yeah.
Did you like that show? Because I want to watch
It's very weird though.
It's very
a
weird.
show. So I guess similar to Friendship.
Is it funny though?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Dark humor.
All right, good. All right.
I finished Dope Thief yesterday.
Okay.
That was good. It definitely got more interesting towards the end. Like I kind of figured out some things, but it was pretty cool.
Nice.
And then I actually started after I finished that, The Last Frontier. Have you heard of that?
Just started watching it. I watched
Look
the
at
first
that.
episode.
Look at that. Me too. I think I'm on the second one.
Nice. How do you like it?
It's good.
I thought the first episode was long, which was nice, but it set the scene for the season. I kind of liked the first episode.
Yeah,
I can't wait to watch the
My
next one.
cousin who I saw Sunday, Thomas, shout out to him. He told me about it, and he's like, yeah, the first episode was like a movie, and I would have to agree.
Yeah, it was. It was like I want to say it was like an hour and almost 15 minutes. I was like, when is this thing ending? But I get why it had to be so long because that first episode is really important, I guess, moving forward.
Right.
Yeah. So you watched a lot this week. Good for you.
Yeah. I guess for me that's a lot. Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, that 5 different at least episodes.
Right.
I don't know how many episodes you watched, but at least a couple here and there. So you did a lot of homework this week. Good for you.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good Thanksgiving for us all.
I mean, yeah, and also definitely looking forward to Stranger Things, which will be available tonight, I guess.
Yeah, 8:00, Stranger Things. We were talking about this earlier. You're a little upset that it doesn't come out at midnight.
I would think was it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, it should come out but it used to, and they used to drop them all. I don't even know if they're dropping all the episodes. I know there's either 3 or 4. I'm not sure.
It's only one.
So yeah, so now they're just dropping the one. Netflix was the first one to drop them all, but I get why they're doing it with this show because each show is and each show is almost like a mini, not even a mini movie. If it's an hour and a half, it's a movie basically. So I can see how they make you wait each week going forward. But I'm assuming that the reason why they're putting it out at 8:00 at night is they want people to sit at home and watch it during prime time.
Right.
That's the only logical explanation for it. Besides, why wouldn't you drop it at 5:00 in the afternoon or noon or whatever? You know what I mean? So, hopefully you'll get to see it tonight. If not, during the weekend, and I'm gonna try and watch it over the weekend, and we'll discuss it, and we'll go from there. Each episode, just like we're doing with it. Those would be the 2 shows, at least right now, that we're in, sequence on watching.
What about you? What have you been watching?
I have a few things. I've watched a lot of stuff over the week.
Okay.
Just sitting around and relaxing. I finished Tulsaking.
Okay.
Good episode. The finale was good.
Is this the second season?
3rd season.
Third, okay.
Yeah, and they're gonna come out with a 4th.
This is the Sylvester Stallone show?
Yeah. On Paramount Plus. This season was good. They didn't leave a cliffhanger for the next season, but I could kind of see where it's just gonna go anyway. It's a mobster show, so he beats one guy, then it'll go to another guy, and it'll just keep going until no one wants to watch it anymore.
I see.
But
into the ground.
yeah, it's entertaining. There's a lot of good people in there, a lot of good actors, so definitely worth the watch for sure. I finally finished The Diplomat, which is what Ernie was talking about last week. Political show, but really good.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, a lot of not so much twist, but like a lot of things just happening everywhere, and how poor Kerry Russell deals with it. I don't know, but she's actually great in this show, and so is the supporting cast. It's a very, very good, like, I guess political
Well
show.
done.
Yeah, just well done. Like, it's very well written. I wanted to talk about the Alex versus A-Rod, but I kind of want to wait for Ernie because
You're your fellow Yankee fan.
that, and I told him to watch it earlier in the week when I saw him on Sunday, so I want to give him a chance.
Yeah, save it for next week.
Right, so I'm going to save that. But did you see the Eddie Murphy documentary on Netflix?
No, when did this come out?
I think it was last weekend. I think it popped up, and I saw it. I'm like,
Check it out.
huh. An hour and 43 minutes. Fantastic. It reminded me a lot of the John Candy one. Just
What's it on?
I believe it's on Netflix.
Okay.
So great. He pretty much goes from the beginning of his childhood all the way up till now. Talks about a lot of different stuff, like his stand-up, Saturday Night Live, the movies. He has his family in it at times. What I thought was kind of cool is they had Charlie Murphy in there. We all know, rest his soul, he passed away a few years ago.
Right.
But they had interviews and clips from the Chappelle show. And they actually have Chappelle on his show too, on that documentary, which was also cool. So very well done. Awesome. Definitely have to check that out. Great, quick little documentary. It's about an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know if you ever saw this movie. It's a couple years old. It's with Mel Gibson, and he's Santa Claus.
No.
The movie's called Fat Man.
No.
And you remember the guy that was on Stranger Things? He's still on it. What is it, Harper?
The cop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember his, I think it's called The Silent Night. He was Santa Claus, but like, he was like a badass Santa Claus where he's killing a bunch of criminals and everything like that.
That's an old movie, right?
Yeah, it's not so old, but somewhere in the last 5 years that movie was made.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of, maybe it was a remake or something.
I don't know. So the reason why I brought him up is because the Fat Man is similar to that. It's got a different spin on Santa Claus. He's not jolly. He's not even really fat. And I just came across it and I'm like, what is this? And I forget what it's even on. It might have been like Prime or one of those streaming services. I mean, you could go out to IMDb and just look it up and where it's playing. But it's a quick hour and 40-minute movie. And it was actually kind of funny and kind of entertaining. There's some action in it. There's like different aspects to Santa that they explored. And I didn't think Mel Gibson could pull it off, but he pulled it off. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Nice.
Yeah. And last but not least, I guess, is Mark Wahlberg has the Family Plan 2 that just came out.
That's on Apple?
Yes.
How was it?
Good, entertaining. He always gives you an entertaining movie, full of action and everything like that.
Wholesome?
Yeah, I mean, I guess at times it's wholesome, yeah, because he's got his whole family in it, like it's a family movie kind of thing. But I thought the first one was cool how they did it, and then they just pretty much followed up with a sequel, and that was it. It was, and like I said,
What you thought it would be?
yeah, action, a little long for my taste because it was just over 2 hours.
Yeah, it does. I feel like that could be like a 90-minute vehicle.
Yeah, let's say max 145. Like they could have cut some stuff out, but it flowed quickly because of the action sequences, and there's a lot of action in that movie. So if you like action and you like Mark Wahlberg, I watched another movie with him, too, but I didn't write it down. And I can't remember it, but that's how I found The Family Plan. Was I watched this other Mark Wahlberg movie?
Yeah, I feel like when I turned on Apple TV yesterday, it was the first thing that pops up.
And that's also how I saw The Last Frontier. A friend of mine mentioned it months ago, and I was looking for something to watch, and I was on Apple TV. I was like, oh, let's check this out. And that's how I watched the first episode of that the other day. That's another show that we're watching at the same time. So we got 3 different shows we can talk about.
Look at that.
I know, it's amazing.
Mutual interest.
Yeah, so other than that, like I said, I'm going to keep the A-Rod. I will briefly touch on Charlie Hustle, which is also on HBO Max.
Rose?
Yeah. I got into that because of the Alex and A-Rod.
How many parts is that?
4.
Okay.
And it's
Is that new?
No.
It's older.
Yeah, I caught that because you know how a lot of times it comes up.
Similar interests.
Correct. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm in a baseball kind of mood. Let me check this out.
Yeah.
I'm 3 in right now. I'll finish the 4th one this week, and we'll talk about it more next week. But so far, so good. Another good documentary by HBO. So, as of right now, without watching the last one, they don't pull any punches with Pete Rose either, man. And it's sad he also passed away. So that whole story kind of sucks for him. You could tell he really wanted to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
Like that was a big deal for him. So the fact that he passed away and they're going to be putting him in the Hall of Fame is a little depressing. Yeah, ironic and depressing at the same time because he can't even enjoy it. Hopefully his family gets to at the very least.
I hope so.
But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I got. Yeah, we'll wait till next week. We hopefully we got a big week ahead of us of watching TV because a lot of people are going to be off the next couple days.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk about Stranger Things at the very least.
100%, and I would talk about. I want to watch it before I watch that.
Those are the openers.
Yeah, those are definitely the openers. All right, go ahead, Wanda. Let's close it out for Thanksgiving.
One, selection as usual. This week we're gonna go with De La Soul with Cabin in the Sky. That's the pick for this week.
All right, folks. That about does it for episode 126. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving day and weekend, and Thanksgiving Eve.
Till next time.
Enjoy football tomorrow, guys. Enjoy.